Hey James, are you at home right now? I just really wanted to talk to you about something if you had a quick moment to chat with me. I was just curious because I kind of wanted to talk to you about how dirty the house has been lately. Do you think that you could do something about that, please?
What? You want me to clean up the house? I can't believe that you're seriously asking me to do that. I'm pretty sure that's more your job than it is mine. Why in the world do you think I would even do something like that in the first place when I have a wife like you around to do it for me?
Well, I'm really busy with work, so I don't have time to clean the house as well. You do know how busy I am, don't you?
Oh, and you think I'm not busy? I have a job too, you know. You're not the only one who does anything around, you know.
I know that, but you know that I just tend to be busier than you, right? And it's not like I don't ever clean the house. I always make an effort to do something when I have the time. But I don't think it's fair that I should be the one doing anything around here. And so if you have some time right now, I would really appreciate it if you could help clean the house as well. I mean, you are the one making a mess all the time. You leave your clothes on the floor, don't put away dishes, leave empty cups all over the house. So I don't mind if you're going to do that, but if you could help clean up after yourself, that would be really great.
What the heck are you talking about, Rachel? You're the wife, so cleaning up the house is your job. Duh! How dare you even ask me to clean up when you should be the one doing it? Don't you have any sense in that head of yours at all?
I'm not trying to make you do anything, James. I'm only asking that you help me a little out more. I mean, I accept that I'll probably end up doing most of it anyways, but it would be really nice if you help me.
I already told you that I'm too busy with work to have time for any of that. Honestly, you think I have time to do all the housekeeping and do my job? Don't be ridiculous. If you're gonna treat me like this, then maybe I should just go and tell my mom about the kinds of things that you're saying to me.
I get that you're busy with work, James. I really do. But I'm just saying that I'm busier and I bring home more money.
Oh, there we go. The truth finally comes out. I knew that this was all about it. I work my butt off and try so hard, and it's still not enough for you because I don't make enough money. Well, excuse me.
I'm not even trying to make this about money or anything. I'm just saying that you and I both work, and I'm the only one who helps out around here. So could you please just try tidying up a little now and then? I mean, I'm really kind of reaching the limits of patience with you, James. Besides, next week is my little brother's wedding, and I have so much I need to get ready before that happens. So I just don't have time to clean right now. So please, all I'm asking is for a little bit of help around the house. Is that really so much to ask for? You really have got some nerve, young woman. Do you even realize that? Honestly, I have no idea where you even get off. I mean, are you serious? Tracy, so lovely to hear from you. I'm sorry, but I really have no idea what this could be about. Would you care to fill me in? I heard that you were going to take time off work. Is that true? Are you really going to do something like that? Because I don't remember giving you any sort of permission to do anything like that. So just who do you think you are, huh? Permission? I'm sorry, but since when do I need permission from anyone to do something like this? It's my job and my time off that I earned. So if I want to take it, I am well within my rights too. You don't really get a say in any of it. What are you talking about? I'm your mother-in-law. You should know by now that you should always run these things by me before you just go and ask for time off. I mean, did you even check to make sure that you weren't taking time off on a day when you were supposed to be cleaning? There's a schedule for the housekeeping, and if you're not going to respect that, is even the point of having it? Besides, you know that the days when you're not cleaning the house are the days that you're supposed to be going to work and earning money for us. So don't you go talking to me as if you get to make up your schedule without worrying about what anyone else has to say about it. Tracy, I'm really sorry, but I have no idea what you're talking about at all. Do you really think you can tell me what to do? I mean, what is it that you are wanting from me? I want you to know that right now you're being an absolutely terrible daughter-in-law. How dare you take time off work without asking me first? You have no right to just laze about, especially not without my permission. Tracy, you're being completely unreasonable, and I really just don't think I could talk to you at all like this. But I would really like it if you quit trying to boss me around, because quite frankly, I don't care what you have to say. I'm taking time off my work, and that is that. It's already done, and I won't be changing anything. But I never gave you the permission to do that. You can't just leave work without asking me. Are you seriously still harping on about this? Besides, I know you're just taking time off of work to go back to your hometown. Isn't that right? Well, also, you forgot to ask me permission for that anyways. Are you talking about my little brother's wedding? Because if you think I'm missing that for anything, then you're dead wrong. Besides, I did invite James to come along with me, but he said he would rather have malaria than go to my brother's wedding. So anyways, I was going to just go by myself. Fine then, but if you're going to go to this wedding, then it means that on another day, you have to take James and I on vacation. Wait, what? Why? That doesn't even make any sense. If you can't do this for me, then you don't have permission to go to the wedding. Got it? Tracy, you're really not making any sense to me right now. But anyways, I'm going to take time off of work and I'm going to go to my brother's wedding, and that is all I have to say on the matter. I really don't even understand why my doing this is so upsetting you in the first place. It just doesn't make sense. Because you didn't ask me for permission for any of this beforehand. I've already told you. You need to think about the family before you go and just run off like this. I mean, how selfish can someone get? What exactly was I not thinking about before making any of these plans? I still don't get the point that you're trying to make. You really just don't get it at all, do you? I'm your mother-in-law and you're not allowed to do anything without my permission. And if you even think of trying to cross me, then it will be the end for you. Got it? Right. Well, I guess I will keep that in mind for future reference. Thank you. But anyways, like I've said, the plans are already in place. I've already gotten the time off and I'm going to my brother's wedding. So I understand that you might have some complaints about it, but that isn't going to change the fact that I'm going to go. Alright then, I see that you make your mind. But don't say that I didn't warn you. I really would just like you to leave me alone more than anything, Tracy. Anyways, I have to get back to work now, so bye I guess. I can't believe it. I really thought that you would have woken up and found some sense beforehand, but you really did go to your brother's wedding. How in the world did my poor son end up with such a selfish, horrible woman? But that's okay, because as of today, you're finished, completely through. Hello again, Tracy. Just what in the world could you be talking about this time? Are you still under the impression that you can tell me how to live my life? Because I don't intend to just take order from you. I work a full-time job, I keep the house clean, I'm allowed to take some time for myself and my family now and then. I mean, I don't even understand the problem that you have with me taking time off just to go to my brother's wedding. How many times are you going to make me repeat myself, Rachel? I am upset because you did all of this without my permission first. There you go again, just ignoring what I'm completely saying and what I just said to you. Well, I don't care what else you have to say to me because as of now, you and James are no longer married. I decided that I don't need a daughter-in-law who isn't going to obey me like she should, and you taking time off of work was the last straw for me. Wait a second, are you telling me that you got James and I divorced? You can't really be serious about that, right? I am very serious. It's done and there's nothing you can do about it. I really just don't even know what to say to you. I mean, what is the matter with you? You really broke up your own son's marriage all because your daughter-in-law wouldn't become your slave and follow every word? I mean, me taking time off work, using my own PTO, really made you this upset? I don't even know what to think about that. I told you that I haven't given you my permission and yet you just went ahead and did it anyways. You don't have anyone to blame but yourself this time. I warned you over and over again that the only time you shouldn't be at work is when you're at home keeping the house clean. And now you're not at work or at home, so you really left me with no choice at all to do this. You must really be one of the most selfish women that I have ever met in my entire life. But I suppose since you've already gone and sent off the divorce papers, there is really nothing at all that can be done about it now. So whatever, fine. I give up on this whole thing anyways. There's no point in trying to talk sense into you anyways. That's right, there's nothing you can do about it. I've won and you've lost, and that's it. Mwahahaha. This is what you get for running off to your little brother's wedding and ignoring what your mother-in-law has to say to you. So you don't have to bother coming home at all since you don't have a house or a husband to come back to anymore. Alright then, if that's really what you want, then I won't be coming home. Good, and I never ever want to see your face again. Do you understand me? Oh, don't worry, you won't. This honestly couldn't have happened sooner. If you really want to know how I feel about it, I'll just come over tomorrow to collect my things, and then I'll be out of yours and James' lives forever. Although I'm sure that the two of you are going to have some big change that you'll need to get used to me without there. So good luck with that. Oh, please. The only things that's going to change once you're gone is how much better our lives are finally going to be. I don't need anyone but my son, and I certainly don't need some useless woman like you hanging around and dragging him down. So you're really sure that you want to do this then? I mean, you do know that James only brings up about $600 a month, don't you? Wait, what? What do you mean? That can't be right. Anyways, I guess I need to go and call some moving companies to help me get all my things from the house. But I guess I really have to thank you for finally freeing me from that dead weight that was hanging around my neck. Rachel, are you there? Please, you have to pick up the phone. I really need to talk to you. This is an emergency. Please, pick up. I don't have anything to say to you, Tracy. Not only that, but I'm at work right now and can't talk on the phone anyway. So just what is it? What could you possibly want from me now? And don't bother calling again because I won't pick up. If you want to talk to me, you can text me. Okay then, I'll just cut straight to the point. Do you think you could come and move back in with me and James, please? Wait, what? You can't actually be serious about that, right? I know that you didn't just ask me that. I realized that I may have made a few mistakes in the past. And anyways, I realized that I said some things that were wrong, and I was just hoping that you would come back here to live with us. We can just let all that bad blood that we used to have between be water under the bridge and not worry about that anymore, okay? So please come back to us? Yeah, that is going to be a very strong no from me. Thank you for the invite, though. Wait, what? What do you mean no? How can you be rejecting this? I said please. I'm saying no because I know that the only reason you want me to move back in with you both is because you're probably really behind on bills, isn't it? But if you think that I'm going to go back just because of your personal piggy bank, you have got another thing coming. Because I want nothing to do with you ever again. I have no idea what you might be talking about at all, Rachel. No, actually, that would be... I'm the one who has no idea what you're talking about. I mean, you're the one that forged divorce papers and broke up James and I's wedding. So I have no idea what you're thinking begging me to come back to you. You're nothing to me now. You're not my mother-in-law, and you're certainly not something who I feel like I owe anything to. You told me that you never even wanted to see my face again, remember? But I didn't really mean that. I just made a mistake. But I hereby formally give you permission to come back home. Now you'll come back, won't you? I never used to give two hoots about your permission, and I certainly don't care at all about them now. But you're not going to get a single penny from me, got it? This is a problem for you and James to figure out, and I want nothing to do with it. But wait, you can't just leave us like this. I mean, you know that we don't have any money to take care of ourselves. And just whose fault is that for kicking me out of the house in the first place? You're trying to say that this is all my fault, but that isn't true. I mean, I didn't even do anything to you. Yes, you did. You got James and I divorced and you kicked me out of the house. This is all your fault, and you need to accept that and the fact that I'm not going to help you. But I really didn't know that James made so little money. I mean, after you told me that, I asked him about it because I thought you were just trying to scare me, but then he said it was true. Then I told him that I submitted divorce papers for the two of you, and he totally freaked out on me. He's really scary all the time, and I can't just live with this. Well, that sounds to me like you are a problem, really. Please, I had no idea that you were actually paying for everything in the house this whole time. I thought it was James giving me spending money the whole time, but it was really coming from you. That's right, and it's been like that the whole time, but you just had no idea, and I doubt you would have believed it if I tried to convince you otherwise. But how could I ever guess something like that? That was really true. I would have no way of knowing. I tried to explain to you before actually, multiple times in fact. But every time I did, you just called me a jealous liar. But the fact that your son barely makes any money at all and you never bothered to ask him about it until it was too late. I didn't hide anything from you at all. You were just too dumb to do your homework before you went and kicked me out. But that isn't fair. How was I even supposed to know that was something I should have looked into in the first place? And it still doesn't change the fact that we don't have any money for ourselves. Well, I don't know what you want me to do about it. I already told you that you aren't going to get a cent from me. So don't bother asking. You were more than happy to live off my salary and use me to keep the house clean. And all the time, I never once got a word of gratitude. But I'm telling you that I had no idea about what the circumstances really were. And just whose fault is that? I thought that you were working so hard at cleaning the house because you knew that you didn't make enough money to be able to say anything against it. I really did think that James made more than you and that you were trying to get him to clean the house for you on top of that. Well, now you know that it was the exact opposite, not that it's going to change anything for you, you know. In fact, James doesn't even have a full-time job. He just works part-time anyways. Wait, what? Is that really true? That's right. So the fact that he's even making that much money is honestly a miracle given how few hours he works. Anyways, I don't really see the point in carrying on this conversation any further. I've told you all that you need to know. And nothing you say is ever going to make me change my mind in a million years. So you and James can have a good time figuring this out amongst yourself. Just leave me out of it. After that, I heard that the bills continued to pile up for Tracy and James, and that soon they couldn't even afford to make payments on the house anymore and they were kicked out. James was still furious at his mom and blamed what was happening all on her. He even stole what little money she had in her savings and ran off. Tracy had no choice but to go back to her hometown and beg her relatives to let her live with them. Except it was while Tracy was staying with her relatives that they learned that James had taken out some huge loans in her name before he ran off and disappeared. So not only did Tracy have every last penny stolen from her by her son, but he even took money from her that she didn't even have. I heard that when Tracy realized how she had been betrayed by her son and just how little James actually cared for her, that she fell into a deep depression and hardly even left the house. The debt problem was eventually cleared up because of the fraudulent nature of it. But even so, I don't think the damage it did to Tracy's heart ever recovered. As for James, I have no idea where he is right now. He fell off the map and is wanted for identity theft in connection to what he did to his mom. But whether he's been caught or is still on the run, whether he settled down and found a real job or is still a bum leeching of others, I just really have no clue at all. All I do know is that I'm glad to get rid of both of them and get on with my life without them. It was somewhat hard adjusting to being single after I went to my brother's wedding, but I talked to my family and they agreed to let me stay with them a while. until I searched for a new place to live in. When I found one, I thanked my family and moved out. Now I'm able to concentrate on my work and on myself without people in my life expecting me to do everything for them.